Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this Wednesday evening. Hope all is going well with you in your life. We've got a nice steady practice this evening for you to enjoy. As always, throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So we shall begin our practice today lying down. Make yourself nice and comfortable on your mat. Keep your knees bent, your feet about shoulder width apart. Softening the body into the mat. Press the whole of your spine into your mat so your pelvis is slightly tilted and the base of your spine is pressed against the mat. And then allow it just to drift back to its normal position. And then with your eyes closed, just become aware of where you are on your mat, the space that you're occupying, the direction you're facing. And let your attention go to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, filling your belly, pause, and then exhale through your nose. Extending that exhale and creating a steady flow as you just let go your day and everything that's going on in your world. Breathing it out. Letting it go. And taking 2 more breaths here like this. And then when you're ready, hugging those knees into your chest, take a gentle little rock from side to side. And then coming to stillness, let's circle those ankles. Taking them first in one direction and then in the other. And coming to stillness, let the legs just extend up. You don't have to have them completely straight as of yet. And then let's just bend each knee alternatively. Just waking them up, getting them moving. Almost like we're walking on air. And then letting both feet come down onto the mat. Open those feet out to the full width of the mat. And then just let your knees fall over to the right and then to the left. So it's like window wipers. And coming back to stillness. Here, let the soles of the feet come together and the knees open out. Taking 2 breaths here. Those nice, deep breaths. And And then drawing the knees together, let's roll over onto our sides and make our way up to kneel if you can. If you're able to start like this, great. If you're not, you can start like this because this is where we're heading. So, from your starting position, making sure your shoulders, your ears are over your shoulders, shoulders over hips, nice and tall, finding that space in the spine. Close your eyes here, taking a breath. And then we're going to rise up and draw our arms up past our ears. And then dropping down, coming straight into a cat. So rounding through the spine as you land. Then let's draw it into a cow. And then let's pull back into a nice extended child's pose. And coming back up to kneel. So we're going to flow through that little sequence. So as we inhale, rising up, arms up, exhale into your cat. Inhale through to your cow. Exhale back to your child's pose. And coming back up to kneel. And again, inhaling, rising up. Exhaling through to cat. Inhaling into cow. And exhaling through to child's pose. And 2 more times, working with your own breath in your own time. And then when you're ready, let's meet back in tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, feet straight out behind you, pressing away from the mat, nice and active, engaging that core here. And let's just roll through our cat-cow a couple of times. Again, just moving with your breath. And when you're ready, we'll come back into our tabletop. And from here, with the left arm, let's just raise it up and follow it with our gaze, holding it up here. And threading it all the way through to come down onto your shoulder, holding it here full of breath. And coming back through tabletop to take it to the other side, raising the right arm up. Follow it with your gaze, holding it here. and threading it through, holding it for a breath. And coming back into your tabletop, let's push through to child's pose once again, this time with the arms down by your sides, allowing the whole back of the body to round. And when you're ready, coming up into tabletop once more, we're going to make our way slowly up into a downward dog. So curling those toes, let's push those hips back, raising the knees, get the spine right first. So push back, pressing away from your hands, gaze towards the belly button. And once you're in that nice extended spine pose, then you can begin to lengthen out the legs, pedaling your way in. And making your way to your point of stillness, wherever it is today. Two more breaths here. And when you're ready, raising that right leg up, let's step it through to come up into a warrior one. So rising up here, right knee over right ankle. Your left foot is behind you just at a kind of a 45-degree angle. Put a little bit of extra weight into the outside edge of that back foot just to really get the stretch in the back leg. Then focusing on your hips. So let's just draw this right hip back, left hip forward to square up the body. Let your arms run down by your sides and just see, where do your arms land? Do they land more or less at your hips? If they do, then you're fairly straight in the hips, which is good, nice and square. And then from here, raising the arms up, ensuring they come past the ears. Let's take 3 breaths here, remembering as you exhale to drop that pelvic floor, belly button in and up. And from here, let's take it into a warrior two. So stepping that left foot across so your heels are in line with each other. Still keeping this right knee over the right ankle, ensuring it doesn't fall in or out. Arms in their T, softening the shoulders, looking out over that right arm. And again, engaging that core as you exhale. 2 more breaths. And from here, we're going to take it up to the top of the mat and take it into a tree pose. So shifting the weight onto that right leg. Let's raise the left leg up, keeping it at a right angle, the knee at a right angle. And bringing that foot onto either your calf or your thigh. Bringing the hands into prayer at your chest. And maybe raising them up over the head, opening them out. 2 more breaths here. And then bringing the hands down into prayer at the chest, releasing the foot down. So your feet are now hip width apart. Raising both arms up, let's sweep down into a forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to. And step it back to your downward dog once more. Taking 3 breaths here in downward dog. As you exhale, just lengthening that space between your hands and your hips. And let's stretch the left leg out behind you and stepping it through to come up to your warrior one on this side. Again, just checking out the pose. Knee over ankle. The back foot, a little bit of weight on the outside edge of it. Then squaring up the hips, softening the shoulders. Let the arms come down by your sides to check if your hips are nice and square and level. And then raise those arms up past the ears. 3 breaths here. And from here, we're taking it into warrior 2. So we're stepping this right foot across to line up the heels. Still checking in with this knee that it's over the ankle. Arms into our T, soft shoulders. Warrior 2. And the beauty of these poses, they have a dual purpose. So they strengthen one leg while they stretch the other, which I'm sure you can feel. But also this kind of slow movement and holding the poses really intensifies the movement. If you're flowing through it quite quickly, the muscles don't get anything like the kind of work that is involved in holding the pose. As I'm sure you notice yourself. Much easier to go through it quickly than to go through it slowly. This is where the benefit is. And then let's take it from here up to the top of the mat and take it into your tree pose. So making your way into your balance. Keeping that knee at a right angle. Finding your point of stillness, a nice soft gaze point. And maybe raising the arms up and opening them out. One more breath here if you can. And then bringing the hands down, releasing the leg down so that the feet are hip width apart. And from here, raising the arms up. This time, raise the gaze. And we're going to sweep down into a forward fold. Let the arms sweep out to the side as you move into your forward fold, coming in nice and deep. As deep as you can, trying to connect that rib cage with the thighs if you can. Each breath just helping you get a little deeper. And then lifting up to halfway. As you come to halfway, just check in with yourself. So you want a nice flat back. So sometimes if you tend to be round in the back, you'll keep that roundness in this pose. So we want to try and flatten the back. So you might find it helpful to put your hands on your wrists, on your hips, and let your elbows face each other, which will just draw that the shoulders back and open the chest. Back down into forward fold here. 2 more breaths. And then bend the knees, drawing all the way up, bringing those arms up past the ears, raise the gaze. And again, sweeping down, forward fold, holding it for a breath. And halfway lift for a breath. And forward fold for a breath. And stepping that right leg back for your low lunge. Extending that right knee, challenging yourself now as you rise up to your low lunge. Arms running past the ears, shoulders soft, engage the core. And then bringing those hands down either side of the foot. We're going to step the right foot back up to come back to forward fold. And stepping that left leg back for a low lunge on this side. Establishing the pose and then focusing on the breath. And then again, bringing the hands down either side of the foot. Let's step it back into a forward fold once more. And then we're going to just flow through that a little quicker. So stepping the right leg back, find the pose. Take 1 breath. Stepping it up to forward fold. Taking a breath. And stepping the left leg back for a low lunge. Taking a breath. And from here, framing the foot, stepping back into a plank. So finding your plank, shoulders over wrists, pressing away from the mat, taking 3 breaths here. And then coming down on your knees and feet, keeping the elbows in as you bring down the chest and the belly. And let the forehead rest on the mat. Let's stretch those arms out for a full body stretch here. One more breath. And then from here, we're going to make our way up to come and lie on our mat. And let's hug those knees into the chest and take a little sway here. And when you're ready, let the legs come out long and the feet flop out to the side. Arms down by your sides with your palms facing upwards, softening the body, softening the shoulders into the mat. And allowing the body to soften as you let go your feet and your legs. Letting go your glutes and pelvis. The whole back of your body and shoulder blades. The front of your body, chest and shoulders. Letting go your arms and your hands. Your head, face, jaw and chin. The whole of your body, just let it go. And thinking of something or someone you're feeling particularly grateful for today. And let your heart fill with gratitude. Moving your attention now to your breath as you inhale through your nose, filling your belly. Pause. And then exhaling through your nose. And spending a few minutes here just focusing on your breath.